Now, as winter approaches, the capital braces for the infamous choke season. This amid rise in paddy stubble burning in the neighbouring states of Haryana and Punjab. On Wednesday, Punjab reported 26 crop residue burning cases, taking the state's tally to 1,063. The number of cases detected till now have exceeded the tally at the same time. Last year, neighbour to both Delhi and Punjab, the state of Haryana claims that it is actively trying to curb the stubble burning menace in the state. The state cabinet has approved the paddy stubble management policy to harness paddy straw for sustainable energy while eradicating crop residue burning by 2027. Now, this policy aims to generate electricity, biogas, bio-CNG, biomanure, biofuels and ethanol from the paddy straw annually produced in the state. But the steps are bearing no fruits on the ground, with the incidence of stubble burning continuing unabated. Farmers say policies are only on paper and they are left with mounds of stubble in fields which are not being procured, and eventually they are left with no choice but to burn the stubble.
ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਕੋਈ ਅਧਿਕਾਰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ, ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਈ, ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ, ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਅਧਿਕਾਰੀ ਕੋਈ ਆਇਆ, ਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਰਾਲੀ ਕੇ ਨੁਕਸਾਨ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਲਾਈ ਇੱਥੇ ਡੰਗਰਾਂ ਦਾ ਘਾਸ ਪਾਉਣਾ, ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਲਾਈਏ, ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ, ਕਿੱਧਰ ਜਾਈਏ, ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਤੋਂ ਜਲਾਈਏ। ਅੱਜ 15 ਦਿਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨੇ ਪਰਾਲੀ ਇਕੱਠੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਚੁੱਕਣ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਬਰਸੀਨ ਬੀਜਣਾ, ਕਿੱਧਰ ਜਾਵਾਂਗੇ, ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਲਾਈਏ, ਸਾਰਾ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਈ।
Now shifting our focus to the capital, which is under an increasing environmental siege. Year on year, data reveals a concerning inconsistency. While some years show promise with reduced burning, others see disturbing spikes. In fact, on October 10th, the top court requested a report from the Commission for Air Quality Management to examine the measures it has implemented to manage pollution in the National Capital Region, especially as winter approaches. But to better understand this development, I'm being joined in by my guest, Jai Dhar Gupta, member Right to Breathe. Jai Dhar, appreciate you taking the time out and joining us here on Mirror Now. I also understand I have my other guest joining me this evening, Vijay Sardana, agri-economist. Good evening to the both of you once again. Vijay, let me come to you first. We just spoke about the paddy straw policy 2023, establishes an end-to-end ecosystem is what we understand. But do you see this really making a difference on the ground? Because using stubble burning machines will also prove to be very costly for farmers.
See, we have to appreciate first thing that why farmers are burning stubble. The reason is that sowing time, harvesting time, and the next crop sowing time, the time gap is very less. Now, issue comes up is that because now farmers have become habitual that without paying harvesting charges for the labor, it is cheaper to burn the crop. And that's why they are burning the crop. This is the reality. Now, there are two ways to look at it. Either we come out with the, crop varieties which have a shorter duration for maturity, so that farmers harvest that early, and the next crop, there is a time lag so that they can harvest it either by machine or there is a mulching through the spray of some enzymes and chemicals. Now, there are different scientific approaches which we have to look at it. It is purely an economic issue. It is nothing else. Now, we have told farmers that burning is easy, pollution is in Delhi. Unfortunately, in this part of the world, we consider pollution as immaterial issue. Money is more important. So first, education. Second, crop varieties. Number three, there has to be a different method than simply talking about it if there is a problem. It has to be a scientific, technical solution. Only then we will be able to address this. Otherwise, the blame game will continue.
Absolutely. And taking that point across to Jai Dhar as well. Jai Dhar, what do you think are the challenges for both the policymakers as well as the farmers?
Well, rice was never native to Punjab. We kind of went towards vote bank politics and created an MSP, and, we changed behavior. And now this, behavior is coming back to bite us. And of course, we tried the farm bill and that also bit us back. So it's quite clear that, nobody should or can take on the farmers. Otherwise, you lose power to a competing party. As we stand today, I mean, I think this morning was the first taste or smell of paddy burning in Delhi. Today was the first morning where we hit AQI levels over 300, and it's going to be a mixed bag for the next 10 days. You probably know we had some rains earlier this week in Punjab. We have some more rain coming, thankfully, between the 15th and the 19th, but I'm afraid I don't have good news after the 20th or the 21st, because wind speeds are going to slow. Temperatures are going to drop a lot. I think we're looking at low temperatures after this rain spell of about 7 to 18 degrees, high temperatures of 26 to 27. I think it's going to get ugly. I think it's going to get ugly in those last 10 days of October, and it's going to last till Diwali or probably right after that. So same stuff, air apocalypse or air emergency or whatever you want to call it. I've already issued an advisory, pollution refugees like myself. I have been on a nebulizer since last night already. My bronchial asthma has kicked up. This is not my, true voice. So it's just that time of the year. It's time to buckle up.
All right, as you make those opening remarks, Vijay, coming back to you, the situation, of course, also hints at Punjab and Haryana's challenges in adhering to environmental guidelines, like you were pointing out. And of course, Jai Dhar was also talking about that it is time to buckle up and take cognizance of this, because it's also raising questions about the commitment and a method to really bring about a change.
See, whatever we talk as an ideology and philosophy makes no sense. Ultimately, it is an economic reality. Mr. Gupta was mentioning that we have increased the MSP. I agree. Point is, farmers also have a right to make money. Now, if you feel that there is a better crop which should be produced in place of paddy, let us give the money to the farmers. The problem is, urban citizens want clean air, but they want farmers to remain in poverty. So if you feel there is alternate vegetable crops which can remove the paddy from Punjab, why don't you pay 50 rupees a kg as a assured price? Farmer will not grow paddy. What is the interest in growing paddy for them? The only interest is making money. So if we cannot give them a workable alternate, they will continue to do what they are doing. So my answer is very simple here. Either you come out with an economic solution, or you come out with a technological solution, or a combination of both. Ideology, policies, statements, issues, guidelines, court cases are simply waste of time. Answer is very clear. Farmer wants to make money. They will do whatever gives them a better income. We sitting in Delhi or urban areas will keep crying. That is not an answer. Or we come out with a technology which gives them a better yield at a shorter duration, they will go for it. So ultimately, it is an economic challenge. Answer has to come either through economy or through technology. Anything else is a waste of time.
Jai Dhar, would you want to come in on that? But the fact that, of course, it also affects livelihoods of farmers, and that's exactly what the farmers also did state, that the challenges in the weather has forced them to burn their stubble, and nor is there any help from the government.
See, it is not, let me add up here, it is not what government is giving help. Farmer knows it. Even whatever help you will say, what farmer will say today, you give me a labor price, I will hire a labor. They know it by burning, there is zero cost, they will burn the paddy, stubble. Anything else is a cost. Today you give them 100 rupees per acre or 500 rupees per acre. Next year they will say labor cost has gone up, give me 10,000 rupees an acre. Then you say give me 50,000 rupees an acre. So this is just an excuse by the farmer leaders that government should help. Earlier they were not burning because labor was cheap. Labor was available. Today labor is expensive, labor is not available, burning is free of cost. They are taking the simple route, burn the paddy stubble, nothing else. So don't go into rhetorics, look into the problem in a straight manner, don't go into circle, don't try to make it an intellectual debate. It is purely an economic justification which farmers are using.
All right, that Vijay, although you do make those remarks, that was actually posed to Jai Dhar. Jai Dhar, would you want to come in on that and comment about what Vijay said? Ultimately, it is an economic issue.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at any country that's reversed air pollution, the only formula to do it is to incentivize good behavior and penalize bad behavior. We've tried, in theory, penalizing bad behavior and threatening these farmers with prison time and whatnot. It's pretty clear that, there's no political party that wants to take on the farmer. So, the only other option left on the table is to incentivize good behavior. And sir's absolutely right. It's time to change the crop mix. If paddy is, not working and there's no good way, to handle the residue on the ground, then we just need to incentivize another crop and maybe offer a MSP or whatever economics that are better than, paddy. That'll change behavior, and it'll change behavior very quickly. If that's the only way, we need to do it. I don't know, Mr. Kejriwal, while the Congress was in power, was going gung-ho, bashing the Congress. And now when he's in Punjab, he's just quiet. So I don't understand. I mean, this is just, dirty politics, bad politics, failure of a system, failure of politicians, a failure of government. I mean, I can go on and on and on. But this is mass genocide. I mean,
Right,
this is...
but ultimately it is time for action. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's been time for action for 10 years.
Right, Mr. Gupta.
I don't know when that time will come. I mean, I feel like I've failed as an environmentalist. For 10 years, we are talking about the same issues with absolutely zero result.
And that is, of course, absolutely sorry state of affairs. But on that note, I want to thank you as well as Vijay for taking the time out and joining us here on Mirror Now and sharing with us your perspective. One can only hope that things will change going forward, at least. Thank you very much. We're shifting our focus now to tell you about how